Well, while we can still be very excited about this development, but we still need to be a little patient. I think so. Before this Shanghai project, we have also several more trial projects like in Jiangxi Nanchang railway station and in several other hospitals and universities. So I think this year will be the first year for demonstration and trial period for 5G development. So during this period, so we can expect more such demo projects for some major events. I hope we can see some 5G transmission during this coming legislature session. Yes. And after that, I think between like 2020 to 2022, we may can see some regional construction of the regional network system. Maybe for instance Shanghai or around Hongqiao or around the Jing-Jin-Ji region, for instance. And beyond that, like between 2023 to 2025, the national network will be started to build, and we can see as much as 1/3 of the current 4G users switching to the 5G services.
Okay, sounds good. So let's talk about what that means for investors, because there's been a recent run-up in 5G related stocks, but you were just telling me that you think a lot of that has already been priced in, you know, the positives from the trial year. But once we hit 2020 and, you know, there's a more meaningful installation, what does that mean for investment opportunities now?
So usually the telecom industries follow such a evolvement roadmap. First, technology and the roadmap, technology and the standard, and then maybe network and infrastructure, and then data or application or some terminal equipment, etc., and finally these applications for other industries. So currently we still within this period of infrastructure and network building. So we still need to concentrate on this field. So I think these infrastructure related fiber optics and also some equipment related, for instance, transmission equipment will be paid more attention by the investors. Although in the stock market, people tend to jump ahead of the real development in the real world, but after a while, people will realize so they come a little bit too faster, so they will come back for and looking for some meaningful performance. Corporate performance. So I think so we are now so start to come back a little bit. So after the last several years faster run. Yeah.
These days you can't really talk about 5G without talking about international competition, because all the headlines seem to be screaming this US versus China, you know, war for supremacy in that field. And you know, a lot of people do tend to believe that if the US lags in this respect, it's going to lose out big time. Do you agree?
No, I don't think such an industry will play out that way. So if you can remember that from 2G to 4G development, so no one dominates the telecommunication standard and technology. So in US we have Qualcomm, but in Europe we have Ericsson and Nokia, and in Asia we have Samsung and NTT Docomo. Yes. So I think for 5G era, so this situation will stay the same, although we have more major players. For instance, Huawei will join in the play. So, but still no one can dominate the whole thing. And I think all these players will collaborate more closely. So compared to the prior development, for instance, the Japanese manufacturers are now cooperating with Samsung and Nokia and Ericsson, and Nokia is cooperating with Bell Canada. So everybody, I think in the end we will see a 5G development with everybody will be in everybody else. So we can have some lot of U.S. patents in this field, and yes, and some Europe, yes. So I think it should be a win-win situation. So this competition or even confrontation should not be exaggerated. Yes.
Great.